Are you tired of leading prospects to the close only to hear them say, it's too expensive, or I need to talk to my partner? Want to know how to confidently close more sales for your business without being pushy? Anna Scheller, host of Sales Mastery on the Amazing Women of Power radio station and author of the book Black Belt Selling, can show you how. She's helped hundreds of entrepreneurs understand their sales system and make more money. Black Belt Selling is a tailored coaching system to equip you with the mindset, process, and know-how to generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more sales with confidence. To find out more, book a free 30-minute consult by going to her website, www.annascheller.com, and click the Book a Free Consultation in the corner. Just go to annascheller.com and book your free consult today.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, hey, hey.
Live from Los Angeles, the entertainment capital of the world, it's the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show. Starring award-winning talk show host and the recipient of the 2017 President's Lifetime Achievement Award, Raven Blair Glover. Tonight's guests are renowned corporate trainer, mentor, speaking coach, best-selling author, and the world's leading motivational speaker, Les Brownt, Mamie Brown's baby boy. And award-winning talk show host, sales mastery trainer, and author of Black Belt Selling, Closing with Confidence, Anna Scheller. And now, we invite you to sit back, relax, kick your shoes off, grab your favorite drink, and get ready to have some all-around fun. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Raven.
We are here. We are live. We got Les Brownt coming on. We got Anna Scheller coming on. Les is not here with us live, but we did a pre-recording on it, and he is amazing. You're just going to love him. But I got the Sales Mastery, the queen of Sales Mastery, coming on in just a quick second. Oh, my God. I just love her. She's in my mastermind, and she is just amazing, just amazing. So I'm going to bring her on. But first, let me tell you a little bit about her. Hey guys, how you doing? I got my little drink here. I need it. It's been one of those crazy days. How you doing? What you been doing? Have you been surviving the heat? And all my friends in Florida and Texas, oh, big hugs to you guys. I know you've been going through it. I've got family going through it. You know, we've been praying for you. Oh, speaking of prayers, oh my God. Let's send out, just take a deep breath and send out prayers to all those people dealing with getting back and getting their homes together in both Florida and Houston, but also to our good friend, 3-time award-winning host, and she's also a Lifetime Achievement, a Presidential Lifetime Achievement awardee, Mary Smith Moore. So Mary, we love you. Get well. We need prayers for Mary. I want to give a shout out to all my amazing Women of Power hosts, to Nancy Wooder for just helping me with the challenge today, and for each and every one of you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But without further ado, let me go ahead and bring Anna on and share a little bit about her. I just love this lady. We met I guess it's been a couple years now, through Blab. You guys remember Blab? Yeah. And her and I had a great conversation. We felt like we were a win-win for each other. She's been in my mastermind now for, I think, going on 3 years as a diamond. And we're just excited to have her here. So I want to welcome my friend and I call her part of my family because she's in our Talk to Cash family. But let me tell you a little bit about her. Her name is Anna Scheller. Now, she's an award-winning host with our station, Amazing Women of Power. But she's also known as the Queen of Sales Mastery because she knows her stuff. She hosts the Sales Mastery Show and equips people with mindset and how to close, how to get your sales, how to, take them through the strategy session, how to get you past the fear of selling. And she's a business owner that is just rocking it. She has this black belt mastery course, and she'll tell you all about that. Guess what? She has 7 children. I can't even imagine that, and she is married. So without further ado, I want to bring her on. Anna Scheller. Where's my clapper? Where's my clapper? I can't find my clapper. Woo-hoo-hoo. Anna Scheller, come on down. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're here, everyone. This is Anna Scheller, and I was telling them about the Sales Mastery course that you have going on. That's really quite amazing. But first of all, share a little bit about how you got into sales, because most people are scared of selling. Why is that?
Oh, well, first of all, Raven, thank you for inviting me to be part of this Tonight Show tonight. I'm excited to be here. And, people are afraid of sales. As a matter of fact, I was afraid of sales. And I could not believe that I had to learn sales in order to be successful in business. But I did. And I started a real estate business with my husband, and I had to learn how to sell. I had to learn how to talk to people and tell them about the benefits they could enjoy by working with me. So it was a hard road for me because I was afraid of manipulating people, and I was afraid that I was going to strong-arm people. Not that I would, but you live with all of these preconceptions, these bad notions about what sales is. And it was through sales training that I learned that you have to look at sales as a way of serving people. It's not a way of tricking people. It's a way of helping people. That was the big turning moment for me that helped me in sales.
You know what? I've been in sales for years, and I can tell you, even though I've been in there for a long time, it can be pretty intimidating.
Yes.
It really can be pretty intimidating. What do you tell your clients to get rid of that fear?
Well, I actually take a 3-pronged approach. So the first one is that we have to change the way we think about things, sales, by telling ourselves the truth about sales. And we call those affirmations. So I encourage people to write affirmations that affirm the benefit, the positive that they want to achieve in sales. Things like, I serve the people I sell to. I use honesty, integrity, and compassion when I'm with a customer. And I also encourage them to do it in 3 different persons. So we talk to ourselves like, I am a good salesperson, or I'm a servant. I serve people. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, you, Anna, serve people when you sell them. And then the third person is, I talk about myself. Anna serves people when she sells to them. And I encourage people to do that for a minimum of 30 to 60 days, because it just takes that long for us to change our thinking. The second thing is visualization, and we don't have a lot of time to go into that, but I help my customer, or I help my clients visualize what they want to accomplish and keep that vision in mind through vision boards and through creative visualization. And then the last thing is, a good coach kicks you into action, and so I hold them accountable for the actions they want to take to achieve the results they want. So affirmations, visualization, and action.
And speaking of action, we've got this picture of you up here looking good, wearing them scarves. I love those scarves, girl. And you're speaking. And so I want to bring this up because I know you're going to be going to Ireland pretty soon. You do a lot of speaking and training all over the world now. You go, girl. So how did you transition from going to sales to being this phenomenal speaker so that you can encourage other people that, it's a step up, you're just making those stair steps up, right?
Exactly. And the funny thing is really they were skills that I had all the time. They were skills that I used when I was in the Air Force. And then, of course, they were skills that you use when you're talking to your kids. but I'm a very compassionate person, and I really try to relate to my audience, and I try to stay present with the audience. And so it was through actually Twitter. I got to know the people in Ireland, and before I knew it, I had an invitation to go over there and speak. That was so exciting. And of course, I can't see the picture, but if you look close enough, you'll see that inside that scarf is a sling and my hand sticking out of a cast type thing. And I'd broken my arm 5 weeks prior to going to Ireland, which really helped me drive home the message that you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
That's not good, though. That's not good.
Well, yeah, breaking my arm, that wasn't in the plan, but it was an exciting time, and I was really able to connect really well with folks because I learned to speak their language, and that was very key.
Well, you know, there is a language in sales. There is definitely a language in sales. And I want to talk to you about that because one of the things that I had to learn early on, and I want to talk to all of you about this, is I had to learn that in order to be a strong salesperson, you had to speak the language of your customer, of your client, and get out of that fancy talking and the technology type talking. We used to call it techno babble in our day because that's going over their head. Can you kind of speak to them about that?
Well, because we know our product so well, whether we're a salesperson for a company or we're our own business owner and we've developed the product ourselves, it's really easy to get caught up in the knowledge part of it and what we know about the product. But the fact of the matter is that until we can connect with people on an emotional level, we're really not going to make any kind of lasting connection with them in order to build relationships to end up in sales. So we really have to be there's two things here. One is when we're talking to people, ask good questions to get your customer to talk to you. Then listen very carefully to how they're speaking. You know, if your product is, let's say your product is like mine is, sales training, and I can tell you all the wonderful things that sales training does, but maybe somebody's looking at sales training in order to free up their time to spend more time with their family instead of always having to chase sales because they can't make sales, close enough sales. Well, then my thought process needs to shift to what are they looking for? Oh, so you want to have more time with your family. And so this is how the sales strategy we need to incorporate so that you don't have to spend so much time chasing sales and you have that time to be with your family. That speaks to the client. It doesn't matter that it's the sales system or anything like that. It's all about speaking to the client in the way they're talking to themselves.
That's huge. That is so huge. Okay, so give us some examples of speaking with the client.
Okay, so if I have a consultation call, so I'll be on a call with someone and I'll ask them questions like, so tell me a little bit about what's going on in your business, what's going well in your business. And so they'll tell me, oh, yes, well, you know, we've got this big Facebook marketing campaign and they talk about that. And I go, okay, wonderful. That sounds great. Sounds like you're on the right track there. And, you know, when you are looking at what you want to accomplish with your business, what is it that keeps you from getting there? And then you listen really carefully. Maybe it's that they're afraid to ask for money, or maybe it's they have trouble connecting on the phone with people. But you really have to ask several questions in order to really get to the root cause. So you're listening to the client tell you what it is they're feeling. What are they feeling? Well, I'm just afraid of somebody telling me no. Okay, well, that's a pretty common fear. What is it about no that concerns you? Well, I won't get the sale. okay, I understand that you're afraid of not getting the sale. And then you just start talking to them about educating them about what that really means. And then you help them to begin to see the possibility of what it would be like to accomplish their dreams, accomplish their goals, because you want to take everything back to the goal. And I didn't discuss that very well, but you really want to find out what they want to do, what they want to accomplish in their life, and then you show them how, with your product or service, if indeed you can do that, how you can help them achieve their goals, not our goals, their goals. Again, getting back to the person that wants to spend more time with their kids. If they're afraid of having to spend all their time chasing sales, maybe you can show them how they need to go for bigger clients, and then help them to develop the skill set so that they can get bigger clients who will pay more, so that they don't have to spend all their time trying to chase down smaller clients who may or may not be qualified. So, it's things I've learned.
Yeah. All right. So you were a stay-at-home mom, and then you became a sales trainer. And I know you got 7 kids. That's a lot of kids. You look like that you have but a couple. And one of them is a radio host as well. Yes. You black belt radio show.
Her name's Stephanie, and Stephanie was one of those that was in sales for a while, and she knew everything about sales, and I tried to get her to take sales training, and she said, Mom, I know how to do this. And I said, okay, great. And I just gently would bring it up every 2 or 3 months. And then finally, my sales mentor, Eric Lofholm, was coming to town, and I said, I'd really like you to meet Eric. Why don't you come support me and, this event? So being the dutiful daughter that she was, she said, okay. And then when we sat down that afternoon, Eric explained to her why she had lost all the sales she had lost prior to that. And she was just mesmerized. And she thought, oh, my goodness, I think I need sales training. So we started our podcast. As a matter of fact, this month is 3 years that we've been doing the Black Belt Selling Podcast.
Yeah, you guys have been rocking it, and I'm so glad, because now you're going to be bringing it over. It was on Blog Talk. Now you're bringing it on Amazing Women of Power, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. We have just a few more minutes left. We're going to talk to you. Then we're going to put Les Brownt on, and we're going to play the first half of Les this week, guys, and then we'll play it next week and bring Anna back next week, too, so that you could see her smiling face. How about that? Are you open to coming back next week, even if we have to pre-record it? We want you back, because we want everybody to see you live. I know you're having some internet connection today.
Oh, I know. I would love to.
Awesome. Well, we would love to have you back. I want to go ahead and ask you a couple questions about challenges. What's the biggest challenge?
Well, you know what? I think the biggest challenge is that people are afraid to be rejected. People are afraid of the word no. And that, because they feel that it means that they're never going to get the sale. One of the things that I had to learn, and it's still a hard thing for me to do, because nobody likes to hear no. I mean, I've been in sales for a while. You've been in sales even longer than I have. And when you hear so many no's, after a while, it's just kind of like, maybe I should just hang up the phone and not do anything else.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges. And the other one is that people will think, well, when I get my sales presentation perfect, when I get it just right, well, you know what, Raven? Ain't no right. There's no perfect sales presentation. There is a perfect way to connect with your customer, and that is to not worry about being perfect and just being present with the customer and listening to them, and following their conversation, so that you can learn what their biggest challenge is, what their goal is that they're trying to accomplish, and then you can provide the perfect solution to help them achieve their goals. It's a win-win. You have fun doing it, and suddenly you're not so worried about yourself because you're more concerned about helping the customer in front of you, and that will kill all of your fear.
Yeah, that will. Absolutely. And we got to get past the fear because otherwise it's just not going to happen. And I talk to my clients about this all the time too, Anna, that, we have to push past the fear because it's all about
Mm-hmm.
achieving our goals, making money, and doing the thing to have the power, and talk your way to cash, baby. Pick up that receiver or the cell phone, whatever it is, and connect with them because that's a faster way. I mean, things are falling in the loop in the as far as really think about it. People nowadays relying on emails. That can be a good thing or a bad thing because it's a lot of things that fall, what do you want to say, on the waistline, so to speak, as far as being able to count on emails. What do you find about
Well,
this? 'Cause I think of too
I
many
think
people
email.
on that.
Well, I think emails are a good marketing tool, and they can become, if they're done well, they can become conversation openers. But it's extremely rare that you're going to close a deal, especially a complicated deal. And let's face it, especially if you're out there and you're listening and you're thinking, I really need to go for bigger customers. That's going to require that you're going to have to get off the email and you're going to have to get on the phone and get from the phone probably to a meeting, maybe on Skype or in person. But the thing to remember is you can still pick up the receiver. You can still pick up the phone afraid. It's okay. It's okay. And I love the advice that you've given me as my mentor is that, call the people who are, less likely at first and just get over the fear, get it out of the way so that by the time you get to the people that are more likely to purchase from you, you're confident and your confidence will come across and you'll close more sales that way. So email's great. Email's a great marketing tool. I wouldn't rely on it to close any deals. I always have to call people and make contact with them. And I do a business that's primarily email-based.
Absolutely. You have to. I mean, you just can't trust emails. And that's the
No.
same with my clients, as as far as booking gas, emails, they may not get it. They may not get it. And you're like waiting and thinking that they're saying no, and they just didn't get the email.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Anna, we got to go ahead and bring on Les Brown. We want to air part of that interview, but we'll go ahead and bring you back next week. And we'll also play the second half of Les Brown next week as well, because it was a full interview. But we want to give you guys a little bit. What we want to leave them with some sure enough strategies that they can take today and put into action. So can you kind of close off and leave your best 1, 2, 3 strategies?
Okay, the first one is wake up in the morning and say, thank God it's morning. Be excited about your day. Look for opportunities. The second thing is plan your day out. Plan out when you're going to make those phone calls. Plan out when you're going to do your emails and stick to the schedule. And the third thing that you want to do is you want to execute your plans. Execute your plans. Because so many times we can get excited and then we can sit down, we can look at our planner and say, yep, I'm going to make phone calls from 1 to 3 today. Mm-hmm. And then something happens and we don't do it. So discipline yourself to do what you plan to do. And I guarantee, perfect or not, you're going to get results. I promise it, because it happens to me all the time and it will happen for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. But thank you so much, Anna Scheller. We appreciate you.
Woo!
We'll hear more from Anna next week, and we're going to really dive deep and really get you guys. I think, Anna, when you come back, we want to really help them to make that move, to step out of that fear, and really start picking up the phone and making those calls, sending the emails, whatever, and give them some of that black belt kick ass. Does that sound good to you?
Hey, sounds like a winner. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I apologize for the techno problems. It's just the way it is today.
Well, I applaud you really for thinking fast, because a lot of people, they'll just keep trying the same thing and it's not working, and if it's not working, it's not working. So good for you for thinking about getting on the phone. And I had plenty of pictures, so we got through it. How about that? Well, we'll appreciate you if you just
Thank you.
take a quick commercial break, guys, and then we're going to thank you, Anna, so much. We're going to go ahead and bring Les Brownt on the first half of it. We might, and then we'll bring him and Anna on again next week. So let's just take a quick commercial break. This is Talk Show Maven Tonight Show. I'm Raven Blair Glover, Raven, the Talk Show Maven. We appreciate you being here. Sorry for the technical stuff, but that's kind of what happens. Anna Scheller just spoke, the queen of sales mastery. Coming up next is Les Brownt. So this is a good time for you guys to share this with a friend. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
Are you tired of leading prospects to the close only to hear them say, it's too expensive, or I need to talk to my partner? Want to know how to confidently close more sales for your business without being pushy? Anna Scheller, host of Sales Mastery on the amazing Women of Power radio station and author of the book Black Belt Selling, can show you how. She's helped hundreds of entrepreneurs understand their sales system and make more money. Black Belt Selling is a tailored coaching system to equip you with the mindset, process, and know-how to generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more sales with confidence. To find out more, book a free 30-minute consult by going to her website, www.annascheller.com, and click the Book a Free Consultation in the corner. Just go to annascheller.com and book your free consult today.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brownt, encouraging you to listen to Raven, the talk show maven. She will bring out your greatness. She will motivate you and inspire you to live your dreams rather than your fears. If you would like to learn how to do talk shows or interviews, make sure you call on Raven, the talk show maven. Why? Because she knows it. She can teach you the ropes. She can bring out your personality. She will teach you the things that you need to know that will accelerate your success. Make sure you call on her, Raven, the talk show maven, if you want to learn how to do a talk show or interview people and all the things you need to do to become successful. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, time to turn it up. We've got more exciting guests, more fun, and more surprises. So, welcome back to the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show with celebrity interviewer, award-winning host, the queen of interview marketing and conversion, Raven Blair Glover.
Get ready for Les Brownt. I'm just so excited to have him here. I always say, who motivates the motivator? Even myself, I have those times when I'm down and I'm like, okay, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And I know you guys have those moments too. So what we're hoping tonight is that you would be able to go ahead and get empowered, fully empowered from hearing Les Brown. So you're going to hear his answer on this. I started off talking to Les about, how did he hold on? I mean, he's gone through, cancer and all the stuff that he's gone through, but he still, no matter, whenever I see him, his spirits is still up. You guys see him on Facebook, his spirits is always still up. And so we talked about that, and this is what he had to say.
He calmed me down. He allowed me to get centered and grounded. And I just kept saying to myself, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And I went out and I did. We all have to say that. And sometimes we have to encourage ourselves as well as have external encouragement, because things are going to happen. Forrest Gump was right. He said life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes life will catch you on the blind side and drop you to your knees. And it's during those times that we have to begin to reach for the things that get us through the storms of life.
Absolutely.
We have to get still and to remind ourselves He'll never leave us nor forsake us during those times that we have to stop ourselves and understand and know that greater is He that is in you than he that's in the world.
You are so right. I really, really love that, and I resonate with your message, because I know when things was going really bad for my mom, and I was in that chapel, and the voice inside me said, you use the power of your voice and go out there and interview people that have gone through the stuff and help people like you. Because at that time, I was 55, making $10 an hour, working 20 hours a week. I didn't know where I was going or how to get there. And so I plugged into people like you and Alex Mendosian and Cynthia Kersey. And I remember being at the hospital and listening to your voice and listening to you share the story about your friend Boo and how he had took that cookbook to the grave with him. He never did it. And that was like a wake-up call for me, because I knew that before I could help my mom, I need to help myself. And hearing those words were so empowering. So I just want to pause this interview real quick and thank you, because you are one of the few masters, the handful that got me through that tough time. And I don't know what I would have done without hearing your words and hearing those stories of encouragement. So from my heart to yours, thank you so much. I really appreciate what you've done.
Thank you. You're welcome. And you receive that which you give on a regular basis, because that's who you are. As much as you have chosen this path, you were chosen for this path. It's in you, and it's what you're supposed to do. You have answered the call. And because you are giving people hope, because you have people who have hope know that gives you power in the present and the future. So thank you for accepting the call on your life. God is using you as a vessel to bring light where there's darkness.
Absolutely. I remember when Mother got better, Les, I let her listen to the interview I did with you back in, I think it was 2008 on Careers from the Kitchen Table. You and I were talking about starting your own business. And this is the sign I knew she had gotten better. Because afterwards I said, so Mom, what do you think? And guess what she said, Les? She said, didn't I used to whip your butt for sneaking to the radio station? You still sneaking down there? I knew she got better then.
Absolutely. She sounds just like Mamie Brown. Yeah. You know, there's nothing as beautiful. Aretha Franklin had a song years ago on Columbia Records, and the title of it was, There's Nothing as Beautiful as a Mother's Love.
I know.
And I played that. I was doing a radio program. This is in the 1980s in Columbus, Ohio. It was a Sunday morning, and my mother, she did not mince her words, and I called her, and I was emotionally moved by the song, and I called her, and I said, Mama, I just want to call you and tell you how much I love you and how much I appreciate the fact that you adopted us. I said, how do you feel? That she was in Miami, and that day it must have been like 105 degrees. She said, child, I'm sweating like a whore in church. I said, Mama, you're on the air. She said, you know how they sweat when they go to church? I had the phones lit up. People were cracking up. One guy said he ran into a telephone booth. He was laughing so hard.
There's no controlling mamas. Yeah.
My mother was something else. Absolutely.
She sure was, because you know what, I remember I was living in Cleveland, Ohio then, and were you running for Congress or something in Ohio?
I ran for the Ohio legislature.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I was elected to 3 terms.
I
And then
remember.
with my 3rd term, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Mm.
So I resigned. I gave up my political ambitions. I was going to go for the Senate, then for Congress, and then statewide office. But I enjoyed politics, but I love my mama. I'm a mama's boy. And so I went back home to take care of her. She was 78 at the time. She passed at 89, but I fulfilled my dream and goal of buying her 4 different homes.
Wow.
This woman was just an incredible person. She only had a 3rd grade education. She worked for wealthy families on Miami Beach, and we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept. She cooked for those families, and we ate the food that was left over. And one of the things I always felt that I'm on this call because of 2 women. One gave me life. The other one gave me love.
Oh.
God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And so that's why when I had a talk show in 1992, I would always end it by saying, "This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. Let the record show." My personality is exactly like hers.
Oh, I remember that so well. And I remember that she did the commercial for you, or at the end. Remember she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, one of the things that happened when I was running for office, everybody said there was no way I could win because I was a disc jockey on the radio, and I was very controversial and doing editorials on police brutality before it was popular in the 80s. And so they fired me, and I went to the radio station. It was on a Friday, and a guy named Horace Perkins, he said, "Brown, what are you going to do?" And I thought for a moment. I said, "Oh, I'll call my mother." And he said, "Why?" I said, "You talk about Mama on the air all the time, and I'm just too self-conscious to come on the air and say, 'Hi, this is Les Brown. I want you to vote for me.'" I said, "I'm going to have my mother use her voice to influence people." And so I called her and I said, "Mama, I need you to say something for me." She said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm running for state representative." She said, "What mess are you in now?" She said, "I don't have time for that." I said, "I'll give you $500. She said, "Okay, you better sit in Western Union." So she came on the air. She said, "Hello, this is Mrs. Mamie Brown. When I raised my boys, I raised them to be good boys. When they got out of hand, I beat their behinds. Please vote for my son. He's a good boy."
I remember that so well.
1,000 votes to my opponent, a 22-year incumbent who had defeated 3 different attorneys.
Wow.
I got 26,000 votes to his 3,000. Yes.
My goodness.
For me.
She sure did. I remember that commercial, boy. And it was different. It was unique. Still up to today, nobody has had a commercial like that. So that was fantastic. Do you feel like you began to step into your greatness before your radio days or after your Congress? When do you really feel like you were leading down that greatness path?
I think I'm on the path. I don't think I have manifested, even at this age of 72, the greatness that I have within me. I have not given my best speech. I haven't trained the great speakers that I have it within myself to do. We learn, we earn, we pass it on. I believe that at this place where I am, there's a Russian author, Leo Tolstoy, and he said, "As I face inevitable death, what is the purpose and meaning of my life that will not be undone or destroyed after I'm gone?" And so I'm working and building on my legacy now, as well as looking at stepping into that next level that I believe that will challenge me and stretch me and allow me to manifest my greatness in this area. I believe that what I've done thus far is only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible. But with other voices like yours and various people that I've had the opportunity to influence, I believe that we can take it to another level. A lady flew from Australia to meet with me in Fort Lauderdale, where we have the Les Brownt Institute. said, I want you to teach me how to speak from my heart. And I said, why did you select me? You're wealthy. You have many choices. Why did you come all the way from Australia to Fort Lauderdale to me? She said, I saw you on YouTube and you speak from your heart. And I want to speak like you. And then I said, what is your why? Why do you want to do this? And she said, when I saw Dale and Ruth standing in court before a judge, and he was being charged with killing 9 black people in a church, she said, I felt that there should have been someone else standing to his right who had poisoned his mind, who had spoken to him, who had gotten in his head. And she said, I believe the world is as it is, not because a few people are violent. She said, I believe the world is as it is because too many people are silent.
Oh,
and
that's
when
strong.
she said that gave me goosebumps. I began to cry. We both did together. And so now, to me, my goal is to multiply the voices that are silent out there, like I was silent for 14 years, because I didn't believe that because I don't have a college education and I never worked for a major corporation, I didn't believe that I could compete with people with PhDs and MBAs. I had a tremendous inferiority complex because I don't have a college education. And so Mike Williams, who wrote the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff, he helped me to get through that. He said, Les, sometimes you have to believe in somebody's belief in you until your belief kicks in. I believe that you can do that. I believe that you can compete with the best of them. And those words, that meant so much to me. I had him in such high regard. He was a speaker that I followed, and I admired him on his content and delivery. And when he said that to me, that meant a lot. I decided to go for it.
Wow, and we are all glad you did. Hey, everyone, if you're just tuning in, this is Raven Blair Glover, Raven, the talk show Maven, and you're tuned into the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show. Our guest tonight is the one and only Les Brownt. And Les Brownt and I are talking about greatness because, right, Les, you have greatness within you.
Absolutely. When you're pursuing your greatness, you don't know what your limits are, so you act like you don't have it. My mother would say, put that in your pipe and smoke.
And I'm telling you, I'm smoking now for sure. One of the things that you also became world renowned famous on is saying, you got to be hungry.
Yes. You got to be hungry. You know, the average immigrant who comes to the United States, the studies indicate they have a 4-time greater chance of becoming independently wealthy, of purchasing a home, or having their own business, because they're hungry. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. The average American believes and focuses on and invests their money and time on entertainment. We have an entertainment-driven culture. And so as a result, there are people who come to this country who can't speak the language, and when they hit the ground running, they're not looking to be entertained. They have an achievement-driven life. They have things that they want to do. Our favorite book says, herein my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit. But most people, they get a job, they raise a family, pay their bills, and then one day they die. And they don't make a difference. They don't make their mark. They're not building a legacy. A few people have that kind of mindset. And so that's why when I'm speaking, I'm saying over and over and over again, because in life, you know, faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing, that you've got to be hungry, that you have greatness within you. MIT did a study. The study indicated, if I said, Raven, you can't do that, then someone else has to come along and say, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. 17 times to neutralize that one time. And so we have to repeat over and over and over again the things that we want people to walk away with, that they can sink their teeth in, but most of all, to create the mindset that it's and their dream is necessary, and that it's them, and that it's hard. And if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy.
Wow. And you just full of those awesome quotes. I love it. I absolutely love it. You know, I often wonder, maybe you can...
I'm full of all these quotes and can't just find my telephone. What's wrong with that?
I know.
Oh,
somebody needs to invent something. I think they may have a cell phone finder or something.
Yes, I don't know. They just tell you it's in the house. I know it's in the house, but I don't know where now. I wish I had an app to say, well, it's in the drawer. It's under the couch. Something like that.
I have put mine in some strange places. So go back to some strange places in the house and you'll probably find it.
You're right. I look at the freezer, the refrigerator.
Absolutely. Les, I wonder if you can help me with this because I've often wondered, and I've had some of my clients ask me this too, why is it that we dream of things when we're young? Like, you know, I told you I used to sneak to the local radio station. You might even remember WJMO in Cleveland, Ohio.
Absolutely.
And I snuck there for 13, but it took me 55 years old before my dream found me in the ICU unit of the hospital when I was waiting for my mom to get well. Why did it take that long? Because I wasn't meant to spin records. I was meant to interview awesome people like you and God's plan, not my plan, or just curious. What's your thoughts on that?
That's one of the mysteries of life. I believe that everything happens in the fullness of the time. I was looking at television the other day, and they were talking about the millions of dollars that many of the stars are making today. And I paused for a moment, and I thought about when my talk show was canceled. And at the time that it was canceled, you know, I had $5 million. But I was disconnected from myself. I spent more time preparing for the show than I did in my ritual of getting up in the morning and listening to motivational messages and journaling and identifying the goals that I was working on. And so I stopped doing the things that got me to that place. And I thought, thank God that it did not come through as it was scheduled and positioned to happen because of the fact that I would not have been able to handle it. I've come to know that when your achievements outstretch and go beyond your own sense of self-worth, you will unconsciously engage in self-destructive behavior. I remember coming through the studio in New York City, and I had a chauffeur, and I had a condominium there, $7,500 a month, and security guard. And I remember looking around the studio and saying, this is too good to be true. Something is bound to happen. And it did. Thou shall decree a thing that shall be established unto you. And so I began to doubt myself. I took a hit. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. My best friend Boo died waiting on a liver transplant. I went through a divorce from Gladys, someone that I loved very much. I took so many hits. I was parked and knocked out on my feet and didn't even know it for a long period of time.
You guys just heard a taste of what we talked about. We go much deeper. We're going to bring him back next week. But I want to just kind of thank you guys for tuning in. And sorry about the difficulties in technology. You know how that is. Anna's not being able to join us on camera, and Les too. He lost his phone, so that's kind of what happened with him. So he couldn't come on camera. He wasn't in that situation. But I always say, get the damn interview. Don't worry about the things like that. You know, whether it's phone or on camera. You guys know that I teach this. Get the interview. And I was just so excited. I hadn't interviewed him since 2008 or 9. Early on in my years. So thank you, Les. I know you'll be listening to the replay of this. And so, guys, we're going to close out now. This is a Talk Show Maven Tonight Show. You've heard Anna Scheller queen of sales mastery, also award-winning talk show host on my station, Amazing Women of Power. This is the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show. So there's Anna Scheller. She will be back next week, and we'll have the second part of Les Brownt next week. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and go off now. And hey, we'll see you next week. This is Raven, the Talk Show Maven, queen of interview marketing and conversion. And I'm just excited to be here. I love doing what I'm doing. I love helping other people to do it. And I love getting these amazing interviews that you just cherish having a conversation with Les Brownt. So we will talk to you guys later. We're going to go ahead and play a quick commercial.
Are you tired of leading prospects to the close only to hear them say, it's too expensive, or I need to talk to my partner? Want to know how to confidently close more sales for your business without being pushy? Anna Scheller, host of Sales Mastery on the Amazing Women of Power radio station and author of the book Black Belt Selling, can show you how. She's helped hundreds of entrepreneurs understand their sales system and make more money. Black Belt Selling is a tailored coaching system to equip you with the mindset, process, and know-how to generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more sales with confidence. To find out more, book a free 30-minute consult by going to her website, www.annascheller.com, and click the Book a Free Consultation in the corner. Just go to annascheller.com and book your free consult today.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brownt, encouraging you to listen to Raven, the Talk Show Maven. She will bring out your greatness. She will motivate you and inspire you to live your dreams rather than your fears. If you would like to learn how to do talk shows or interviews, make sure you call on Raven, the Talk Show Maven. Why? Because she knows it. She can teach you the ropes. She can bring out your personality. She will teach you the things that you need to know that will accelerate your success. Make sure you call on her, Raven, the Talk Show Maven, if you want to learn how to do a talk show or interview people and all the things you need to do to become successful. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Be sure to join us next week for the Talk Show Maven Tonight Show for more interviews, celebrity news, and business reviews, along with a whole lot of fun and surprises. Live each and every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific. If you would like Raven to help you create a powerful and profitable show around your passion or heartfelt message, simply give her a call at 800-431-0842. That's 800-431-0842. You can catch all of Raven's popular shows by going to facebook.com/TalkShowMavenLiveTV. See you next week.